Hi everyone, it's Pamela Ferguson, and I want to do a video today about how to winterize your skin. I live in South Carolina, so it's not the coldest of climates, but for those all around the country, since it's December, you're obviously experienced a lot of different issues with your skin. So today I want to talk about 8 ways to winterize your skin. So the first one I want to talk about is to hydrate from the outside in. So if you typically use a pretty light moisturizer, because the colder air is very drying on your skin, you should maybe consider going a little bit heavier during the winter season, and probably not during the day because you still need your sunscreen. So that's something you would put on in the evening. So that's step one. So step two of winterizing your skin would be to do a humidifier. If you're using a lot of heating, so if you're living more in the north, the air is very dry. So there's lots of different humidifiers just to keep moisture in the air, and that's going to help your skin so it's a little bit, that has some moisture left in it and it's not so drying, which is typical for the winter time. Another tip would be to every time, winter's a time where cold and flu season, all that is around. So you're washing your hands maybe a lot more than usual. I guess it was this month. I'm like, my months are all running together. I think it's the end of last month and the beginning of this month. My family went through this bout of sickness. So we were just, and there's 5 of us. So 4 out of 5, including myself, were sick. So we were washing our hands a ton and our hands were super dry. So make sure that every time you're washing your hands that you do replenish that by putting on some nice lotion. And that's true for the fronts of your hands. I guess it's the front, right? And also the backs. Make sure you do both because they're experiencing in any splash over down the wrists or those kinds of things too. So you definitely want to get moisture in all those areas because of the frequent washing. Despite what you think, because your skin is really dry, you think, well, I just need moisture, I need moisture, so you just use your moisturizer. But what you also need is that you really need a gentle exfoliator. So you need to help get off some of the dead skin cells that are remaining on your face, especially as you age. They don't naturally exfoliate as quickly as they did when you were younger. So a gentle exfoliation followed by a great moisturizer in the evening for that. Another thing would be, it's hard, and this is one that I tend to have to keep a check on, is that to avoid long, hot showers and baths. Because you're cold, so you get in the shower and you just want to stand under the hot water. But really, you should probably check it at about 5 minutes. Otherwise, it's very, very drying on your skin and also your hair, which I'm going to talk about in a second too. So you want to make sure to try to avoid the long showers. Talking about your hair, and ideally, unless you have major styles going on, if there's any time where you can not blow dry your hair, so maybe if you're showering at night or you're not planning to go out for the day, try not to blow dry your hair because the winter is so drying in general, even for our beautiful tresses and our skin, that we really want to, any additional blow drying, even just from being in winter and in the heat, just that much more damage on it. So if you can, even just 1 or 2 times a week, try not to blow dry your hair. That will help tremendously with the dryness. Your lips. We talk about your skin, your hair, your lips. So the lips, super, super major issue for many, many people. And if you see the children with the red going around, they look like that big clown all the way around because they're constantly like licking and doing that. That's you never want to lick your lips because that just continues. Now I have this to make it drier and drier. So you don't want to do that. And despite what people think, continuing to put on the lip balm over and over and over again, you're not actually creating any sort of moisture in the lips. You may think it does temporarily, but that's all it is. So what major thing you can do is, first of all, just like your face, you need to do an exfoliator. You need to exfoliate the lips because sometimes if you feel your lips, it feels like there's almost a layer of skin that's preventing anything. That's being chapped. So what you need to do is you need to exfoliate that out and use a serum to actually penetrate into the lips that's going to be much more moisturizing than any sort of like chapstick. And when we talk about those kinds of chapsticks, lip balms, you want to make sure it has an SPF in it as well. Because again, the sun, drying, all those things together. So if you are purchasing those for, like, for example, if you're exfoliating, you're using your serum, but you're going to be out all day, so you want a lip balm, it's fine, but make sure it has an SPF in it as well. And then the last thing, so I guess that's the 8th thing that I want to talk about winterizing your skin, is even though it's winter, the sun is still out. And if you live in a place where there's skiing and outdoor activities, snowmobiling, whatever it may be, the sun off the snow is very, very bright. So any exposed skin during the wintertime, even if it's just, your face, your hands, whatever it may be, has to have sunscreen on it. Sunscreen is not just a summer thing. First of all, typically, depending on the sunscreen that you use, may have some sort of moisturizer in it as well, so that will help with dryness, but also that just helps prevent future dryness and those kinds of things. And also even against windburn, if you have some sort of protection on your skin to try to block that, that can help too. So 8 tips to winterize your skin, and have a great December.